Hey there, it's your Avon lady, Chris Arnold, and I have your product picks for campaign 25 of 2025. And this campaign is basically, it's our last chance for the holidays. This campaign runs December 3rd through December 16th. So that's going to be really anything that is a must-have for the holidays. You're going to want to get it during this campaign for sure. So nothing really new in the holiday stuff because, we like to have it all out early. Just keep in mind it's all limited edition. Order as soon as, as soon as you can, if it's a must-have, if it's something you can't do without. But since everything in here there's not anything really new this campaign, I wanted to share again some old favorites. And I thought this campaign, it might be fun to show you a full face with, half a face actually, with our Cashmere primers. We have a trio of primers in the Cashmere. We have the multi-peptide face primer, the multi-peptide eyeshadow primer, and then the under eye primer in our Cashmere collection. And I thought it might be fun to do half my face with the primer and half my face without, and do a full face of makeup that way. And then I have my notes about the different primers. So I'm going to start with the Cashmere multi-peptide face primer, and I don't have my glasses on, so you guys get to see me looking at my notes because I can't see them down on the counter. But that's, I don't have all of this memorized in my head. I have a lot of it memorized, but I don't like to miss anything, so I always have my notes. But it's going to prime your skin for the day with or without makeup. So sometimes you could just use this just to give your skin a little bit smoother look, a little bit more, just like hide the imperfections a little bit without necessarily having to wear makeup. Has revitalizing ingredients to help smooth the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and pores. So I'll let you get a nice close-up look. This is how much I like y'all, that I'll let you get a close-up look at my pores and lines and things, that this is what we're going to be working with. So some of those key ingredients are peptides that help reduce the look of fine lines and wrinkles, make skin look plumper. Hyaluronic acid, known as the super hydrator, that's the one that holds 1,000 times its weight in water and results in skin that appears more dewy, plumped, and hydrated. Collagen helps support overall skin health, and niacinamide helps to visibly soften the fine lines and wrinkles and improve the appearance of uneven skin tone. That's niacinamide is great for that. So it's a lightweight sheer gel formula, has a nice silky application that I will show you in a moment, and is formulated without parabens, talcs, or fragrance, which is nice. I don't need fragrance in my makeup. I don't know about you. So I do, I'm glad I didn't do 2 pumps because I'm only doing one side of my face. I almost forgot. So I'm just going to do this side, which for me is my right side. I think it shows as the right side for you. I get confused about the way videos reverse things. So, and I just smooth that over the skin. Whoops, I got a little bit in my eyebrow there. I don't know why I'm trying to do this with my left hand. And I will do just a little bit more, not a full pump. I want to kind of keep it in the mid-range there, or the middle of the face there, and not go over to the other side. So you can see it just kind of gives it that nice smoother look. It doesn't look as rough. I'm also going to go with the under eye primer before I do any of the makeup, just because I usually start with my concealer, just because I know my face, my under eye area, I know I'm going to need concealer, so I usually start with that. So this is the under eye primer, and the under eye primer reduces the puffiness, dark circles, fine lines, and wrinkles. It really helps address all of that. It's another primer that you can use it by itself. So you can wear it by itself just to kind of brighten and lighten up that area and smooth out that area. Or you can wear it under your concealer and the rest of your makeup. Key ingredients, trying not to look down here, has caffeine and green tea extract, which is what helps it to visibly reduce the appearance of the under eye darkness and puffiness. And it has a vegan alternative to collagen, which is known to help reduce the fine lines. So this is the under eye primer, and I always use my ring finger for that. And you see, and it's got a little bit of color to it, and then we just pat that in and blend it in under the eye area. And again, even without makeup over the top of it, you can kind of see how it's already brightened up that area a little bit, made it less shadowed and a bit smoother. And I'm going to go ahead and put the eyeshadow primer on too, just so I don't forget to do that before I get to the eyeshadow. So the eyeshadow primer comes with the little doe foot applicator, and I just rub a little bit of that on there, do a little bit more. And then again, using the ring finger, you always want to use the ring finger because it's your weakest finger, so that it's not tugging and pulling on the eye area too much there, or too much pressure. So you can already see a little bit of a difference even with just the primers. It looks a little bit more even, a little more smooth. Same with the eye area there. So the under eye, or the eyeshadow primer, is going to help your eyeshadow stay in place all day. Helps intensify your eyeshadow color, and it has some skin loving ingredients to help reduce the appearance of fine lines, because you do get fine lines in your eyelids as well. So it has some of the same ingredients as the all over face primer. So you've got the peptides to help reduce the fine lines and wrinkles, the hyaluronic acid, the collagen, and then the eyeshadow primer has panthenol, which improves skin hydration while smoothing and softening the skin. So this is very lightweight, has a satiny kind of finish to it. Here's a close-up look of how that looks, and I'll just go ahead and pat that there instead of just wiping it off there. So now that I've got all the primers on, I'll show you how the makeup goes on a bit differently with the primer there. So I'm going to start with my Cashmere Soft Focus Concealer. I just dab a little bit under the eyes, and then I use my complexion blending brush to just kind of spread that out and work it in. I always get up a little bit in the corner of the eye because I have these dark spots in the corner of the eye, and just excuse any funny faces that I make as I'm trying to get my face in the right position for blending that in. So I wanted you to be able to see that, I'm using the same application process on both sides. Okay, so this is where the under eye primer was. And you can see it's a little bit smoother on this side. And I don't know if you can see, it's got a more dewy feel to it. It's not as, this side feels a little bit drier. So that's one of the benefits that you'll get from the primers. You get a more dewy feel and look to the makeup applications, especially your foundation and concealer. This is the Soft Focus Cashmere Foundation, and this is the shade C2, which is a cool level 2 color. And I just put a pump on the back of my hand, and then still using my complexion blending brush, I just dab a little bit in there, and then I just kind of swirl it around. And I like this because you can have a really light coverage especially when you use the brush, or if you use a beauty blender that's damp. You can get this light coverage, but if you have areas that you need a little bit more, you can go back in and get a little more coverage. This is always my favorite part of the makeup application process. It's the part where, like, I become colorless. I've gotten rid of all of the little red lines around in my face. So again, hopefully you can see this on the video. This side just looks, it's a little bit drier. This side's got a little bit more of that dewy finish to it. Next up, I will go for the eyeshadow. And I'm going to use the Glimmer Eyeshadow Quad in Maven. And this is a nice neutral color palette. I picked this one mostly because it has both shimmer and matte shades in it. It's one of our multi palettes. And so wanted to show the difference with the way those finishes work with the primers. So I'm going to start with just a little bit of this kind of peachy shade here, just to kind of even out above the crease here, even out that color. You can see I don't need it quite as much on this side because of the primer, but you can see already, even with that pale color, that the color stands out a bit more. It makes the color a little bit more, more vibrant, more visible. And then I'm gonna do, just to show you how the matte shades go, I'm gonna do this one across the eyelid, this kind of nude brown color here. And you see, you know, it goes on very nicely even without, but you see how it's kind of tugging a little? Even with the brush and a really light touch, it kind of sweeps the eyelid. This goes on just a little bit smoother without quite as much. I mean, just because of my age and how old my eyelids are, there's going to be some shifting around when I put that on. And don't worry about me looking uneven today. It's okay. I'm just hanging around the house today. I do have my daughter and her family coming in for the holiday today, but you know, but they love me, so they don't care if I'm uneven. But you can see you've got a little bit bolder color, a little bit more vibrancy on this side of the color. I'm going to add a little bit of the shimmer just kind of in the middle, just to add a little bit of light to the look. Just give a little bit of pop to the center of the eye there. Back on this side too. Gotta keep that application even so you can see a good representation of the difference there. And then I'm going to take my precision eye brush and use that to, I'm not going for a real precise, real defined look today. I'm just going to take some of this darker color and just on the very tip of the brush, and then I'm going to just sweep that along the lash line. And I always start with, I'm always a big fan of, I'm going to err on the side of putting too little, because I can always put more on, but I cannot take, it's more difficult to take off if I put too much. So I always start with a very light tapping of the color, and then go back over if I need to get, like I always need a little bit more toward the inner corner there. So even that out a little bit. There, so you see, you can just see how this has got just more vibrant color to it, more contrast in the shades, and everything just looks a bit smoother, even though they're shimmery shades, which don't always look super, super smooth. I'm just going to throw a little mascara on because I think I look kind of funny if I have eyeshadow on and no mascara. So this is just the Wash Off Waterproof Mascara. And I just like this one because my eyes tend to water. So I really like having a waterproof mascara. And this one just does a really good job of taking the lashes that I have and giving them lots of color so that they actually show up. And you see the mascara, you can see the difference that the mascara makes. It's not always, you know, when I'm half asleep putting on makeup in the morning, it's not always obvious, but it does just make me look more awake. And just to finish the look, I've got the Glow by Glimmer lip lacquer, and this is, which shade is this? This is Orchid Bloom, and just a fun pink shade. And it's got that nice high gloss shine to it, but it doesn't have that sticky feeling that you get a lot from high gloss lipsticks. So so that's and I'll let you get the close-up looks. It does just looks very, very smooth. Some of that, I mean, that's the soft focus is going to have that smooth look, so you can see that it looks fairly good even with just the foundations. But just this side, the lines are a little bit softer, the pores are a little less obvious, everything just looks a little bit smoother and a little bit lighter under the eyes, especially on this like inside corner there. Then I did have one, so that's our Cashmere Primers. So without the primers, with the primers. And then I did want to share one other long-time favorite. And those of you who have known me for a really long time or been watching my videos for a long time know that I originally became an Avon representative because I was only working part-time, so we didn't have to do daycare for the kids. And I figured if I sell enough Avon to people that I know that love Avon to cover the cost of my bubble bath and my lip balms, I will be happy. And those are the things I used as a kid when my mom and my grandma were Avon customers or Avon representatives. Bubble bath and lip balm were just, those were my favorite products back then. And so I wanted to be able to get those for myself as a young mom working part-time on a tight budget. So that's actually what brought me to Avon in the first place. But it's our bubble baths is a long-time favorite. We have so many great scents. We have cherry blossom, vanilla cream is my favorite. I love that scent. Cucumber melon, sensitive skin, which has a very light floral. It doesn't have as much fragrance in it because it is for sensitive skin. Orange and honeysuckle and lavender garden. And then we even have a few limited edition scents that also have body scrubs paired with them. So we have the Aquatic Breeze, the Sun-Kissed Coconut, Strawberry Sunset, and the Caramel Soul. And I just love our bubble baths. Like, not only do they smell really, really good, and we do have that nice wide variety of scents, but they just give you a nice relaxing bubble bath with bubbles that last. There's nothing worse than you get this nice big tub of bubbles, and as soon as you get in, all the bubbles have dissipated and you're just in, the tub of water. You get up to 24 bubble baths from each bottle, because really most standard home size tubs, one cap is enough to fill the tub with bubbles. It's awesome. So you get about 24 baths from each bottle, because it's a 24-ounce bottle, and the cap full gives you about an ounce. It is dermatologically tested, so it's suitable for daily use. So I do know some folks that they come home from work and take a nice bubble bath, and then that's their transition from their work day to their home day. And if you have, certain ingredients that you're avoiding, our bubble baths are formulated without sulfates, parabens, phthalates, silicone, and mineral oils. So if those are ingredients that you're looking to avoid, our bubble baths are great for that. And my absolute favorite thing, because the only thing worse than getting in the tub and having all the bubbles just disappear like that, is getting out of the tub and having to scrub the ring off the tub. Our bubble bath does not leave a ring. I don't know how it does it. I have no idea, but I can tell you I have never, ever, ever had a ring around my bathtub when using our bubble bath. And I don't know anyone who has. I mean, maybe I do know somebody who has, but they haven't told me that they had a ring around their tub. But that's because that's the worst thing. You have this nice relaxing bath, and then you get out and you're like, ugh, I have to clean the tub. So definitely, if you are a lover of bubble baths or want to start taking a nice relaxing bubble bath and having that sort of mini spa experience in your own home, definitely check out our bubble baths. I highly recommend the vanilla cream. It smells amazing. It's so nice, relaxing scent. But that's what I have for you for campaign 25 of 2025. Hope y'all are having a fabulous day, and I will see you again in a couple of weeks.